So we are going to start all the way down to the bottom left corner where we haven't filled in yet. And we are going to start with our orange terracotta. Now go ahead and go down to this little area right here where my cursor is. And right here we see these 3 blocks going across. From right below it, we're going to place 1 orange terracotta, just like that. Now I'll place 2 blocks going across. That's 1, 2. Now 1 block going up to the right. That's 1. Now 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And now 2 blocks going down to the right. That's 1 and 2. Should look just like this. Now above the orange terracotta, I'm going to be filling it in with orange terracotta. And below it, we're going to be filling it in with orange concrete. I'm not going to time lapse this because it is going to be a longer part. And editing honestly takes kind of a while. So yeah, and then below, once again, orange concrete, just like this. Anyway, since I'm not time-lapsing this, look in my description. I'm going to link my Discord, and it's going to be really cool because you can leave your requests, you can leave all your progress, you can leave any other things you do, or you could just hang out and talk. But anyway, it should look just like this when you are finished. Now going back to our orange terracotta, we're actually going to fly all the way up to more of his costume piece. And we are actually going to start over in this section right here. It's kind of hard to distinguish from that and his hair, but just go where I go. So we're going to go to the farthest spike to the left. And from diagonal, from the bottom, on the right side, we're going to add 2 sets of 4s going across on the upper level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 with the orange terracotta. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Should be making contact right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill in 3 empty spaces with the orange terracotta just right here. So go ahead and do that. And those are the spaces you should have filled in. Now we're going to go ahead and fill in the area right above the orange terracotta with orange concrete. We can go ahead and do that together since it's kind of a smaller area. And if you guys just want to, you could go ahead and skip ahead. I won't be offended. Getting things done is the most important, so I'm not going to be offended if you guys skip ahead through me filling in these sections. Alright, it should look just like that. Now with our black wool, go ahead and fill in this area right here. Just like that. And that's 1 costume spike done. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the next costume spike. I don't know if you guys can tell what it is, but it's this one right here. So we are going to go where we have these 5 blocks going across right here. And then from those 5 blocks, on the left side, we're going to add 3 blocks going diagonal with the orange terracotta up to the left. That's 1, 2, and 3. I can go ahead and get rid of those. And then fill in these 3 empty spaces with orange terracotta, and then this bigger space with orange terracotta. So that's 1, 2, 3 with orange terracotta, and then this space right here. Alright. Now what we're going to do is go with our black wool and fill in this area as well as a single empty space right here. So let's go ahead and do that together. All right. And it should look just like that. All right, now we're gonna move up 1 more time, and we're gonna completely avoid that costume spike area because that's gonna be filled in separately. We're actually gonna go over here and start instead with our orange concrete. Now from the single empty space right here, right where my cursor is, there's kind of 3 in this area. It's the one in the middle, right here. We are going to hug the outline starting from right here all the way up to the top layer. Now hugging the outline, just follow what I do. It's just doing exactly what we did with the black concrete, but this time with the orange concrete right next to it. And this is hugging the outline to the right side of the black concrete. All right. And once again, do not go above that topmost layer. All right, now what we're gonna do is gonna be a bit of a time lapse. I know already into it, but it's really quick and really fast. So what we're gonna do is with our orange concrete, we're gonna fill in the outermost areas of the spikes where my cursor is outlining. And with our orange terracotta, we're actually gonna fill in the outer lining of the right spike. And then with our black wool, we're just gonna fill in the middle of those spikes. So the middle with the black wool, orange concrete on the left side, and then orange terracotta on the right. So go ahead, and if that's confusing, just see what I fill in at the end, and go ahead and copy that. All right, ready, set, go. All right, once you've finished, it should look exactly like this. Now we can go ahead and get rid of our black wool, our orange concrete, and our orange terracotta. And what we're going to do now is grab some light gray concrete, some gray concrete, and some iron. A block of iron. So we are going to go ahead and get started on his metal armor pieces. And we're going to go start with the light gray concrete. And we're going to go all the way down here where we see these three parts of these three black like circle looking things. What we're going to do is we're going to start right outline of this section. We're going to follow this trail and we run into these two sets of threes going up. And right above that second set, we are going to start right there and add 3 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1, starting right there, 2, and 3. And remember, that was with the light gray concrete. Now we're going to add 2 sets of 2s going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. All right, now 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right, or the left, sorry. 1 and 2. Now 2 sets of 2s going up on the left. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now 1 block going diagonal up to the left. That's 1. Now let's actually make that 3 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. So it should look just like that. Now from those 3 blocks going diagonal, we're going to add 2 blocks going down on the right side. So 1, 2, that should look just like that. That was a bit confusing. From those 2 blocks that we just placed, we're now going to add a 1 block going diagonal down to the right. It's 1. So it should look just like that. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going down to the right again. That's 1, 2. And add 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. It's 1 and 2. Now 2 blocks going down on the right. 1, 2. And now 4 blocks going diagonal down to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now all these empty spaces in between that we just created, we're going to go ahead and fill in with the light gray concrete, just like this. All right. Should look just like this when we're finished. Now staying with the light concrete, we're actually going to move up to these 3 blocks going across from the middle semicircle looking thing. And from the middle block of those 3, we're going to add 1 block right on top of it. It's 1. Now from that 1 block, we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. It's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal up to the left. It's 1. All right. Now going below to these 3 blocks going up. From the middle block of those 3, we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. It's 1 and 2. Oh. All right. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. It's 1 and 2, just like that. All right. Now we're going to use our gray concrete this time, and we're going to move to the next section over, where we have this large black area right here. And if you go down here, we see lots of blocks going diagonal, but we also see these 2 blocks going across. We're going to start on top of the right block of those 2 and add 4 sets of 2s going up on the right side. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4. Just like that. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. And now 2 sets of 2s going up on the right side. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. All right. Now 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Let's go ahead and fill in everything between the black concrete and the gray concrete with the gray concrete. So it should look just like that. All right. Perfect. So everything should look just like this when we're finished. Now, with our light gray concrete, we are going to fill in the rest of that section we were just working on with the light gray concrete. Then moving over to the left, the section we were working on previously, we're going to fill in the uppermost part of that section with the light gray concrete. And then everything else in this area is going to be filled in with the iron block. So go ahead and do that now. Once you have finished, it should look exactly like this. Now, I forgot to mention, there was a single empty space right there that should have gotten filled in with the iron block as well. All right, now we're going to go over to his right armor piece, and we're going to start with our light gray concrete. Triangle down light gray concrete. Just like that. And now sticking with the light gray concrete, we're going to move up here. And, okay, so there are 3 sets of 2s going across right here on his jawline. And we're going to start from the middle set of 2, so right here. I'm going to go ahead and back up. Now where we're going to start. All right, now to the right of that 2 blocks, add 3 blocks going across to the right. And that's 1, 2, and 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add 6 sets of 4s going across on the upper level to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You can go ahead and delete these placement blocks. And now going back to the last set of 4s, we are now going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. It's 1, 2. All right. Now everything above, including the single empty space right here, everything above and between the black concrete outline above the gray concrete is going to be filled in with the light gray concrete. And everything below will be filled in with the iron. So go ahead and do that now. All right. Once you're done, it should look exactly like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of our block of iron, our gray concrete, and our light gray concrete. We will not be needing them anymore. But instead what we're going to start with is our birch planks. We need our birch planks. We need smooth sandstone. And then we need the brown mushroom block. So that is what we're going to work on his hair. Now we're going to work on his hair. And honestly, we've gotten a lot done even this far. It's been a lot of filling in, so the video is probably not that long quite yet, but we've still gotten a lot done. So starting off with our brown mushroom block, we are going to fill in this area right below his ear with the brown mushroom block. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with you since it is a smaller area. Just like this. All right. And keep going with that. It's almost done. Once again, join my Discord, please. All right. And then right above this black piece of wool right here, we've got 2 empty spaces. We are going to fill those in as well with the brown mushroom block. Just like this. Oh. All right. I want to thank you guys for following along in this tutorial. It's been really fun building all of these and sharing them with you guys. Alright, once you finish, it should look just like that. Now we're going to start on the spike right here. And with our brown mushroom block, we are going to start right next to, we see these 2 4s going across to the left. We're going to start on the top, the uppermost set of 4s, and from the right, we're going to place 3 mushroom blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to place 7 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now below that space we just created, we're going to fill it in with the brown mushroom block. Just like this. And now we're going to grab our smooth sandstone. And we're going to actually just start from the topmost corner right here and hug the outline all the way down to the bottom. So it should look just like this. Alright. Now with our birch plank, we are going to fill in the empty space that we have left with our birch plank. Alright, it should look just like this. Okay, now we're going to start with our brown mushroom block, and we are going to go ahead and move up to the next little section right here. And we see we have these 5 blocks going diagonal. We're going to start from the middle block of those 5 right here. And from the right side of it, we're going to add 2 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Just like that. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. It's 1, 2. And from the left block of the 2 we just placed, we're going to add 1 block going diagonal up to the left. It's 1. Now going back to the right, we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. It's 1, 2. And now we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. That's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 5 blocks going up to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to fill in the single empty space right there and the area under the brown mushroom blocks with the brown mushroom block. Just like this. Alright, there we go. And when it's all filled in, it should look just like this. Now, from right, where should we go? From this long black concrete going across, we're going to have 1 placement block to the right of it, just like that. And underneath with the smooth sandstone, we're going to go all the way across until we hit the corner right there. So just like this. All the way across, just like that. Should be just like that. And then right below the second most into the right, we're going to add 1 block, just like that. And it should look exactly like that. Now sticking with our smooth sandstone, we're going to move up a level. And from these 5 blocks going across right here, right below it, we're going to add in this empty space 3 smooth sandstones going across to the right. So 1, 2, 3. Now from the right side, we're going to add 7 blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now moving up from this area right here, we're going to add 2 sets of 3s going across on the lower level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 2. Now we're going to add 4 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Now going below that area, we're going to go right here in between his earpiece. And we're going to switch to our brown mushroom block. Now from the lowest corner in this area, we're going to add 3 brown mushroom blocks going up. So 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to add a linked 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. And now 1 block going diagonal up to the left. So 1. And it should look exactly like this. Now sticking with our brown mushroom block, we are going to go back to where we had the most recent smooth sandstones. And right above it, we see these 3 black concretes going across. From the middle block of those 3, we're going to add 1 brown mushroom block. And now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1 and 2. Alright. We're going to fly all the way up to this corner and add 2 smooth sandstones going across up here. 1, 2, just like that. And now we're going to follow my cursor up this area and then down again, right below these 2 black concretes that are kind of sticking out. Right below that, we're going to add 1 smooth sandstone. And now from here, we're going to hug the outline to the left until we reach those 2 smooth sandstones we placed. So it should look just like this. And then all the way down. And when you get to this corner, we are hugging the outline, so we are going to completely cover it just like that. And now we go right there. And it should look exactly like this. Now switching to our brown mushroom block, we are going to go to the next section right here. And from this top corner, we're going to add 4 brown mushroom blocks going down. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now counting 2 blocks going up, we're going to add 1 block to the left. That's 1. Should look just like this. Now with our smooth sandstone, we're going to move across again, but this time we're going to add a placement block underneath these black concretes going down. And right next to that placement block with our smooth sandstone, we're going to add 4 blocks going up to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now 2 blocks going up to the right. 1, 2. And now we fill in this empty space right here with the smooth sandstone. So it should look just like that. Now from right below these 5, I believe it's 5, maybe it's 6. Nope. Below these 5 blocks going down, right next to where we just placed them, we're going to add 2 smooth sandstones going down. It's 1, 2. Just like that. And now, from the upper level to the right, we're going to hug the outline going all the way up to the top corner right there. So just like this. Alright. And if it is a bit confusing, just make sure you're following along on the screen. And like I said, we stop at that top corner. And right below that top corner, right below the block we just placed, we're going to add 4 blocks going straight down. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Now with our brown mushroom block, we are going to move to the next section right here and add 2 blocks going down right there. And now 1 block going diagonal down to the right. That's 1. Now sticking with our brown mushroom block, we're going to move down to these 2 little areas of black concrete that are in the middle of his hair. And right on top of the leftmost block, right on top of that, we're going to add 1 brown mushroom block. And now starting on the next layer, right below it, we're going to add 4 brown mushroom blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Now from right below, so we have a linked 2 sets of 2s. Right below the rightmost linked set, we're going to add 2 smooth sandstones going straight down. It's 1, 2. Now to the right, we're going to add 3 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to add 9 blocks going up on the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And it should look just like this. Now we're going to move over to this section where we have all these blocks going diagonal right here. We also have it on the right too, but we're going to stick to the leftmost blocks going diagonal. And right below this, the first block, we are now going to add, 9 blocks going diagonal up to the right. Starting from right here, we're going to add 9 smooth sandstones going diagonal up to the right. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, just like that. Now from the top corner, right next to where we placed the 9th block, we're going to add 3 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, and 3, with our brown mushroom block, just like that. Now we're going to add a linked 2 blocks going down on the left. It's 1, 2. And now 1 brown mushroom block going diagonal down to the left. It's 1. And go ahead and fill in that empty space right there with our birch planks, just like that. And it should look right like this. Now we're going to move over to the next section. And we are going to find, with our smooth sandstone, these 2 blocks going down. Now from the top block, right below the first block diagonal, and right here, we are going to place blocks going diagonal all the way up to the corner. It should be 14 blocks going diagonal, or you could just hug the outline up to the corner. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Should look just like that. Now, once again, we're going to move down to the next section in his hair right here, and we're just going to use our smooth sandstone. So right below this block, we're going to add 2 blocks going straight down. It's 1, 2, and that was the leftmost block. Now from the top of it, we're going to add 2 sets of 2s going up on the right side. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going up to the right, or 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right, sorry. It's 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to add 3 blocks going up to the right. It's 1, 2, and 3. Now finally, we're going to add 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. Should look just like this. Now with our brown mushroom block, we're going to move over again, right under the rightmost spike of his. And we're actually going to go right down here, where we have these 3 blocks going across. And we are going to grab our orange terracotta again, and fill in this small area right here with the orange terracotta. Should look just like that. I can go ahead and get rid of that orange terracotta and go back to our brown mushroom block and go up here where we have our first little indent into his little hairpiece. And from this corner, we're going to add 2 blocks going across to the left. That's 1, 2. And now 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. Now with our birch plank, go ahead and fill in that empty space right there that we just created. 1. And now we're going to switch to our smooth sandstone. And going across right here, under this area right here, we're going to add 9 blocks going straight across, and it should just fill in this area right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And it should reach end to end. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going across to the left on the lower level. That's 1, 2, 3. And now 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. It's 1 and 2. Should look just like that. Alright, now we're going to move over to the next little section kind of floating in his hair. And we're going to use our brown mushroom blocks first. So we are going to start right where it makes kind of a V on the topmost section. And from the inside to the left of these 3 blocks going across, from the inside of that, we're going to add 2 blocks going across to the left. It's 1 and 2. And now on top of the leftmost block, we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. It's 1 and 2. Alright, it should look just like that. Now remaining with our brown mushroom block, we're going to move over to the lower set, the lower V. And right on top of these 3 blocks going across, right on top of the left block, we're going to add 1 brown mushroom block. That's the 1. And now we're going to fill in this little area right here with the brown mushroom block. And it should look just like that. Now we're going to use our smooth sandstone and move back to the top V. And with our placement block, we're going to add 1 block going to the left of this single block going diagonal. So 1. Should look just like that. Now starting from below that placement block, we're going to add 3 blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to add a linked 5 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to add another linked 5 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to move up to these 2 blocks going diagonal. From those blocks, we're going to add 2 more blocks going diagonal with the smooth sandstone up to the right. That's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1 and 2. Now we're going to fill in this area right here with the smooth sandstone, just like this. And now we're going to move down to the lower V. And like we did up there, take a placement block and add it to the left of the bottom, just 1 block. It's 1. Now right below that placement block, add 3 blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2, and 3. Now 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. So 1, 2, 3. Now 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now add 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And it should look just like this. Now we're going to use our placement block again and go up to these 2 smooth sandstones going across just where my cursor is. And to the right of that rightmost block, we're going to add 3 placement blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2, and 3. Now with our smooth sandstone, let's just go ahead and place blocks going all the way to the right until it hits the wall. So just like this. Right there. Alright. Now, we're going to go a layer above, right below where we placed those orange terracottas not too long ago. And to the right of this block right here, this long section of black concrete, we are now going to add 2 placement blocks going across to the left. It's 1, 2. Now right below those placement blocks, we're going to do exactly what we did down there, and go straight across until we hit a wall. Just like this. And you can go ahead and get rid of those placement blocks. Everything should look just like this so far. Now going back to these smooth sandstones that we placed, we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. It's 1 and 2. Alright, now we're going to use our brown mushroom block and start right from this corner where we have these 5 blocks going diagonal. From this corner right here, we're going to add 2 blocks going across to the left. It's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. Now 2 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the left. It's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going across to the left. That's 1, 2, and 3. And now what we're going to do is add 3 placement blocks going across to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Right below those placement blocks, we're going to now add 7 blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is fill in these 3 areas right in between the brown mushroom block and the black concrete with the brown mushroom block. Just like this. Alright, everything should look just like this so far. Now we're going to go a layer below. And from these, I can't remember how many they are, I'm sorry. From these blocks going across, we're going to use our placement block and add 1 block going across to the left, just like that. Now right below that placement block, we're going to hug the outline until we hit that corner right there. So go ahead and do that. It's just 2 long strips of smooth sandstone, just like that. Alright. Now we're going to go to these 5 blocks right here. And right next to it, we're going to add 2 smooth sandstones going across to the left. It's 1 and 2. Now, on top of the 5 blocks, we're going to add another 5 blocks going across. Just like that. And now we're going to add 4 blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Now we're going to move to this section right here. And right in between this corner, we are going to add 8 blocks going across to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Should look just like that so far. Now we're going to use our brown mushroom block. And we're going to start where we see these 2 blocks going across to the left. We're going to start right next to it and add 3 more blocks going across to the left with our brown mushroom block. So 1, 2, 3. 3. Just like that. Now we're going to add 2 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the left. That's 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now I can go ahead and fill in this area right here with the brown mushroom block. Just like that. Alright. Now we're going to go right below it, and we have these 6 blocks going across right here. Right next to those 6 blocks, we're going to add 1 brown mushroom block on the right. 1. Now we're going to add 3 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the right. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Now everything in between the brown mushroom block and the black concrete to the left of what we just placed is going to be filled in with the brown mushroom block. Just like this. That should have been 2 empty spaces. Now with our birch wood, we're just going to go ahead and fill in the right section right there. Just like this. Just so that we have less to fill in when we fill in the whole area of his hair. Alright, now what we're going to do is switch to our smooth sandstone and go to, I believe this is the last disconnected part of his hair right here. And we're going to go all the way to the rightmost side of it and add 2 smooth sandstones going across to the left. It's 1 and 2, just like that. Now to the right, we're going to add 2 sets of 4s going across on the upper level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, just like that. Now we're going to use our brown mushroom block and go all the way down here, and we have these 6 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the right. Right next to the bottom set of 2 right here, we are going to add 14 brown mushroom blocks going straight across to the left, right next to the bottom set of 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Just like that. Now we have this set of 5 blocks right here. And what we're going to do from right here is go right up to the leftmost block of those 5 right there. And on top of that, with the brown mushroom block, we're going to add 1 brown mushroom block right on top of it. Just like that. Now from that brown mushroom block, we're going to add 2 more brown mushroom blocks going across on the upper level to the left. That's 1 and 2. Just like that. Now we can fill in this section right here with the brown mushroom block. There we go. And it should look just like this. Now we're going to move over, and we're going to actually move it down to this area right here. We're actually going to fill in this single empty space right here with the birch plank. Just like that. And add another block going diagonal up to the left with the birch plank. That's 1. Now on top of that block, we are now going to use our smooth sandstone and add 6 blocks going diagonal up to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Should look just like this. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. It's 1, 2. And now 2 more blocks going diagonal up to the left. It's 1, 2. And now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. That's 1, 2. Just like that. Now with our brown mushroom block, we are going to add from right here. So we have these 2 blocks going across right there. Right next to those on the right, we're going to add 7 blocks going across to the right with our brown mushroom block. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now go ahead and fill in this area right above it with the brown mushroom block. Now moving down, we have these 3 blocks going diagonal down to the right. Right next to the bottom one on the left, we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. 1, 2. And I'll fill in this small area with the brown mushroom block. Alright, now sticking with our brown mushroom block, we're going to move down to where we have this 1 block going diagonal up to the left. Right below it, starting right below it, we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left with the brown mushroom block. That's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. That's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1 and 2. Now starting on the right side of that top, 2 more blocks going across to the right. 1 and 2. So it was actually 3 blocks going across, just like that. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. And now 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. 1, 2. And now 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to fill in these 3 empty spaces with the brown mushroom block. 1, 2, and 3. And it should look just like this. Now really quickly with our place of block, go ahead and fill in this single empty space right here. this area will never get filled in with anything. And along those lines, this single empty space right here will also never get filled in with anything. Go ahead and put a placement block right there. Now this single empty space, we can go ahead and put a piece of birch plank right there. And when we're done filling in everything, you can go ahead and delete those placement blocks so that everything is empty. Alright, now we're going to use our brown mushroom block again. And we have this single block going diagonal down to the right. And right below it, we're going to add one block, one brown mushroom block, just like that. Now we're going to add 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the left. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. And now, from that 1 block, we're going to add 3 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to fill in this empty space right here and these 2 single empty spaces with the brown mushroom block. Just like this. And it should look like that. Now right next to it, right below this 1 block going diagonal down to the right, right below that, we're going to add 4 brown mushroom blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'll add 3 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2, 3. And now 3 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and fill in the single empty space and the space above with the brown mushroom block. Just like this. Should look just like that so far. Now we're going to go, actually, below the brown mushroom blocks we just placed, go ahead and fill the space in with the birch plank, just like this. Just so that we have a little less to fill in when we do the big time lapse of his hair. So it should look just like that. Now with our brown mushroom block once more, we're going to go to these 2 blocks going across on the right side, right where my cursor is, and right below the rightmost block, we're actually going to place 5 blocks going down with our brown mushroom block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal down to the right. That's 1. Now with our birch plank, from right below that brown mushroom block, we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. It's 1, 2. Just like that. Now with our brown mushroom block, right below the second block going diagonal with the birch planks, we're going to add 4 brown mushroom blocks going diagonal up to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2. And now this single empty space, as well as the space to the left of that brown mushroom block, is going to get filled in with the brown mushroom block. And sorry, this block should not be birch, it should be a brown mushroom block. Now let's go ahead and fill that in together, because it's not big enough to time lapse. I'm saving all the time lapsing now for his hair, because it is a big chunk and portion of filling in. So we're going to go ahead and time lapse that when it gets to that point. And everything should look just like this. Now the space that's left open right here is going to get filled in with the birch planks. Just like this. Alright, now we're going to grab our brown mushroom blocks again. And we're going to go back to these 5 blocks that went down. And from the top we're going to count 2 blocks going down. It's 1 and 2. Now to the right of those brown mushroom blocks, we're now going to add 3 blocks going diagonal down to the right. It's 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. Now 2 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2. And now we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. 1, 2. If you feel comfortable that you won't fill that in, go ahead and delete this placement block. And now fill in this empty area right here with the brown mushroom block. Should look just like this so far. Now we're going to fly back up, all the way back to where this is going to be kind of hard to explain. We see this 1 block going diagonal up to the left. We're now going to follow that path all the way down. There's the first corner, and we're going to go down again, and there's the second corner. We're going to start from that second corner right there. But we're going to go up all the way to where we have these 4 blocks going down. Let me highlight that. That was a little bit confusing. I'm going to back up, and those are where we are going to start. Now from those 4 blocks, we're going to count 2 blocks going up. So that's 1, 2, should look just like that. And with our smooth sandstone right next to it, we're going to add 2 blocks going down to the left. It's 1 and 2, just like that. Now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal down to the left, down to the right, sorry, 1. And now we're going to add a placement block going down to the left. It's 1. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. It's 1, 2. Now fill in this single empty space with the birch plank. Going back with our smooth sandstone from those 2 blocks going across, we're now going to add 3 blocks going diagonal up to the left. It's 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. Now go ahead and fill in this single empty space and the space below the smooth sandstone with smooth sandstone. Just like that. Going over to the right, down to the first corner that we had, we're going to go right below this 3rd block going diagonal with smooth sandstone. We have these black concretes going down. We are going to count 3 blocks going down. It's 1, 2, 3 in the black concrete. Now right next to that on the left, we're going to add 1 smooth sandstone, 1. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going up to the left. It's 1 and 2. Now linked 2 blocks going up to the left. It's 1, 2. And now we're going to fill in the area right below that with the smooth sandstone. Just like this. Alright, now we're going to go right next to it. So it's touching these 3 blocks right here. Now right next to that block, we're going to add, right below these 2 blocks right here that are right next to the 3 blocks, we are going to add 4 sets of 3s going down on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1. That's where the first set was right there. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going down on the left. So 1, 2. Just like this. Now we're going to switch back over to our brown mushroom block. And we are going to add 10 blocks going up on the left side. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to add 6 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now starting from the bottom of those 6 blocks, we're going to count 3 blocks going up. It's 1, 2, 3. Now to the left of that 3rd block, we're going to add 1 brown mushroom block. It's 1. Now we're going to add 4 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to add 2 sets of 3s going up on the left side. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 2. Now from the middle block of that 3, we're going to add 3 blocks going down to the left. That's 1, 2, and 3. And it should touch these 5 blocks going up. Now we're going to fill in this area right below the brown mushroom blocks with the brown mushroom blocks. Just like this. I promise I'm almost done explaining the hair. We are so close. It is a lot, but it looks so good. With all this lighting and shading, it looks so good. And it should look just like that. Now we're going to go back to these. I believe it was 5 blocks. Let's see. No, it was 6 blocks, sorry. Going back to these 6 blocks, these 6 black concretes. From the top of it, we are going to count 3 blocks going down. It's 1, 2, and 3. Now right next to that, on the left side with our smooth sandstone, we're going to add 4 blocks going down to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to add 5 blocks going down to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now down to this corner right here, we're going to start from the bottom of it, and we're going to add 2 sets of 4s going up on the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Now we're going to add 6 blocks going up to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and fill in this single empty space with the brown mushroom block. Now going back up to these 6 blocks, we're now going to add 9 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I can go ahead and fill in this this empty section right here with the brown mushroom block. Alright, now with our smooth sandstone, we are going to go right next to these 9 blocks we have going up, and we see these 3 blocks going down on the left side, and right next to that middle block of the 3, we're going to add 2 smooth sandstones going down to the left. It's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going down to the left. It's 1, 2, 3. And now 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. Now down to this corner, we are going to add, with our brown mushroom blocks, 17 brown mushroom blocks going straight up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Just like that. Now we're going to go all the way down. And on top of the next layer to the left, we're going to add 4 blocks going up. 4 brown mushroom blocks going up. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and fill in this empty space right here with the brown mushroom block. And now we're going to add 10 blocks going up to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now this 2 empty spaces right here to the left, go ahead and fill those in with the brown mushroom block. Just like that. Alright, now next to these 2 black concretes that were going up to the right, with our smooth sandstone right next to the bottom block, we're going to add 1 smooth sandstone right there. Now we're going to add 2 sets of 4s going down on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2. And now 2 sets of 3s going down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 2. Now we're gonna, with our mushroom block, we're gonna add a linked 5 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now going to the top of the brown mushroom block, we are going to add 3 blocks going up to the left. It's 1, 2, 3. Just like this. I'm going to take a bit of a bigger look back so you guys can see what we've done so far. Alright. Now we're going to go to the next corner to the left. And from the bottom there, we're going to add 2 blocks going up with the brown mushroom block. So 1, 2. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going up to the, or is it 4? Yeah, it's 4 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to add 6 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to go ahead and add 5 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal up to the left. That's 1. Should look just like this. And now right here we have these 5 blocks going down or up to the left. Right below the bottom of the 5, we're going to add 2 sets of 3s going down on the right side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 2. And it looks just like this. And going down to the next corner right here, we're actually going to start with our smooth sandstone. And from the bottom, we're going to add 5 blocks going up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to add 1 block going diagonal up to the right. It's 1. And now 6 blocks going up to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going up to the right. 1, 2. And it should look just like that. Now back down to this corner to the left, staying with our sandstone, we're going to add 3 sets of 4s going up to the left. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Now we're going to add 3 blocks going up to the left. It's 1, 2, 3. Just like this. Now with our brown mushroom block, down to the bottom, the first set of 4s that we placed, on the next to the top block to the right, we're going to add 2 blocks going up with the brown mushroom block. 1, 2. Now we're going to add 6 blocks going up to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to go back to the left and to the next small corner right here, right on top of his ear. We're going to go ahead and add, let's see, 1, 2, 2 sets of 5s going up to the left with the brown mushroom block. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Now we're going to add 4 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 3 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2, 3. And now 1 block going up to the left. It's 1. Finally, we are done filling in the details of his hair. Now every other piece of his hair is going to get filled in with the birch plank. Keep in mind that empty space right up there stays empty, and as well as the areas we filled in with the place blocks. But every other piece of his hair gets filled in with the birch wood planks. Now go ahead and do that now. When you've finished, it should look exactly like this. Now, the last thing we have to do is his eyes. So let's go ahead and start with the gray wool. Now, on top of this block right here, we're going to add 1 gray wool, just like that. And on top of these 2 blocks, we're going to add 1 gray wool, just like that. Now, right next to the first block we just placed, we're going to add 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. It's 1 and 2. Fill in those 2 empty spaces with gray wool. Now we're going to add 5 blocks going up on the right side. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and fill in these 2 empty spaces with the gray wool. It should look just like this. Now, on the left side of those 5 blocks, we're going to add 1 block. 1. Now we're going to add 4 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. And now we're going to switch to our red. Is it red? No. It's normal nether brick, sorry. Oh. We're going to switch to our nether brick. We're going to place 2 blocks going to the left, right below here. It's 1, 2. Oh, not cracked nether brick blocks, sorry. 1 and 2, just like that. Now, we're going to fill in these 2 empty spaces right here with the gray block, with the gray wool. 1, 2. Now we're going to use our nether wart block, and right below the left side of the 2 nether bricks we placed, we're going to add 1 nether wart block right below it. It's 1. Now we're going to add 1 nether brick right below the nether wart. And now on the right side of the nether brick, we're going to add a redstone block, just like that. Now we're going to fill it in with the snow block, fill the rest of his eye in with the snow block. Alright. And it should look just like that. Alright, I took a look again, and it is the red nether brick block. So go ahead and place the nether red brick block. And it's just that. I am sorry. Alright, now we're going to go ahead. Finish. We're going to add 1 gray wool. It's 1. Now, next to the middle set, we're going to add 2 blocks going across to the right. It's 1, 2. Now we're going to add 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. 6 blocks going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going up to the left, yes. 1, 2. And now 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, from the middle of these 3 blocks going down, on the left side of the middle block, we're going to add 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. It's 1 and 2. Now we're going to add 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. It's 1, 2. Now 1 block going diagonal down to the left. It's 1. Now 2 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2. And now 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. It's 1 and 2. Now everything in between the black and the gray wool was going to be filled in with the gray wool. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to time lapse anything else because it's so close to done, and it's been a while. I've been filming for a couple hours now, and I'm just so ready to be done, just like all of you. Alright, so go ahead and fill these in. Alright. And it should look just like this. Now we're going to grab our placement block, and going back to these 3 sets of 2s, on top of the topmost block on the right, we're going to add 3 placement blocks going up. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to add 1 red nether brick block on top of that. So 1. Now on either side of that nether brick block, we're going to add 1 block going diagonal up. So that's 1 and 1. And it should look just like that. Now from the left block going diagonal, we're going to add 3 blocks going up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Now 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2. And now 2 blocks going down on the right. It's 1, 2. Now with our nether wart block, we're going to add 2 blocks going across underneath these 2 blocks going across. That's 1, 2. Now a block going down on the right side. 1. And with our redstone, we're going to add 2 blocks going down right here. It's 1, 2. And then 1 block going diagonal down to the right. It's 1. Now, for the last part of this tutorial, we're going to fill the rest of this eye in with the snow block. I'm going to go ahead and do that with you guys as well. And after this, we are done, which is crazy. Deku took so many parts to complete. I don't think he was any harder. I mean, he was harder, but he wasn't, like, I don't know how to explain it. I did a lot longer parts on Bakugou and got a lot more done in each video, whereas Deku, I made them like 20 minutes long. So this part's only 6, and the other one was really long. But anyway, once you finish filling that in, you are completely done with the Bakugou tutorial from My Hero Academia. Thank you guys so much for following along, and stay tuned for Tanjiro is what I'm going to be starting to work on next. Thank you so much, and see you guys later. Bye-bye!